Hello, hello, hello. How exciting today. Welcome to Blossoming Word. We are so excited. I am waiting for a very special guest to be able to come on with us in just a moment. She should be able to join us. She should be coming in just a moment. All right. Hello, hello. Once
Hi.
again, welcome to Blossoming Word. I am Miss Nolia, and this is where we come and we learn to grow in a very special way. And we have a very special guest with us today. Our guest speaker today is a native of Louisiana with 18 years of teaching and leadership experience in the public school system and in the community. She's an educator and art integration specialist that believes passionately performing and visual arts should be a component of all school curriculum. She has worked at both low achieving and mastering schools and have seen how the inclusion or non-inclusion of the arts impact tests, scores, creative students, and core subjects. Since recently relocating to Texas, she is currently a pre-K 3 through 5th grade music teacher. She has implemented a dynamic show choir that encompasses grades 3rd through 5th. She is also a member of the Next Level Leadership in her district and the Mint Advisors. Here to share her take on music integration, please welcome Dr. Smith.
Hi. It's such
Hello,
an
Dr.
honor.
Smith.
It's such an honor to be a part of your program today.
It's an honor to have you here with us today. And so let's just get right to it, Dr. Smith. Why should performing and visual arts be a component of all school curriculums?
Well, I believe that not everyone is an athlete. I believe that everyone's not a mathematician. We have creative students, and I was one of the creative kids. And I learned best through music, having music or some type of visual performing arts in the curriculum as an outlet. And I was able to learn lessons quicker or enjoy going to school because it catered to me as well. And it wasn't just all analytical, 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 although I'm both. But to be able to go to choir every day or to be able to get prepared for a performance, it was just that outlet that's on the inside of me that it enabled me to enjoy school. So I just really believe that time has not changed. They have like kids that are creative kids who write music, who dance, who's into theater, and they need those performing arts so that they can grow and show their creative side as well.
Awesome. I believe that too, Dr. Smith. What are the benefits of music enhancement for children and their education?
The benefits are outstanding. If you integrate, say, music and math, say a child is having problems with multiplication facts, you can pick any song that they like, or they can create their own song, and they can put music to it or a rap beat to it, and it help them learn their multiplication facts instead of just saying 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14. They could put a beat to it. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14, or using any kind of beat or any song that they like. So when they have to do those multiplication facts in their class, they're hear it in their mind and they're able to pick it up really quick. And it also shows in statistics that if you combine the arts with core subjects, test scores will go up and your kids' knowledge will go up as well.
I love the example that you gave us right quick, Dr. Smith. The little musical interlude you gave us, that was really great. And if I could just share just a little bit on what you're saying on that, that I'm excited about hearing you say that. We're not going to even talk about how old I am, but I will say, coming from a music background in my family as well, I was not, an athletic person either, but I enjoyed singing my study guide. I had no idea it would help me, but it actually did. I would get there at the desk, and sometimes I had testing anxiety as a child, but I would remember the tune from singing it the night before. So I think that what you're saying is very awesome. Are there any resources available for music integration, Dr. Smith, for children that may be homeschooling or attending school virtually?
Yes, one particular resource that I really love is Music K through 8. They can go online and find it. They have their own website and they have tons of resources for arts integration. One particular that I really love and the younger kids love is called 30 Days Has September. And they learn about the months of the year, which months have 30 days, which months have 31 days, and which month is the shortest month. At the same time, while they're learning that, they're learning their rhythm as well. So it's like 30 days as September, April, June, and November, 30 days as September. And they just keep singing it. And so I tell the kids, I said, you just never know when your teacher's going to give you a test and say which months are 30 days, which months have 31 days, and you sing that song in your mind and you're going to pass it. So they could use that. Also, YouTube is a great resource as well. That's free. You can get instrumental music, instrumental rap music, anything that the kids enjoy, and they could just take any subject and turn it into their favorite song. So that's easy as well.
I love
And
it.
then
I
they can be
love that.
creative. They can create their own beat.
Yes.
Yeah. When I was younger, my dad, he helped us, my brother and I, learn our street address through a song. And I still, after all these years, I kind of remember the song from what he taught us. And I could sing a little bit of that is North Ardenwood, apartment 1617, apartment 1617. And I just remember that from the kid. And so when somebody needs to know, hey, what's your address? I'll think about that song. And I might start, if as a kid, I started off singing it, but then I was like, oh, okay, I just need to say it. But it just helped me remember important facts as well. So just like with that, they could use arts integration, say they wanted to do dance. We already know like YMCA is a song, YMCA. Okay, that's a song, learn your alphabets. And, people remember that song with dance movement. So you can do the same thing with the English lesson. You could do the same thing with the history lesson. You could put theater with those history lessons and act out certain components of certain part of history so that the kids can remember what they learned and what they need to know for testing or even for state standardized testing as well. So it's just a lot of resources. Like I said, Music K through 8 is my favorite. YouTube has tons of resources. You can even type in arts integration. They have actual lesson ideas that you can use. And then being creative. If you have creative kids, have them come up with their own things to help them memorize it. They like to dance. Okay, this is you can have them do a certain lesson, just say on the solar system, and they can do a dance to it. Okay. Like I said, with history, they could do theater. So it just depends on like what their top creative aspects are.
That sounds great. I think I even heard you say one time about children learning the 50 states, the
Yes.
names.
Yes, there's another resource from Music K through 8. That's my little plug for them. There's a song called 50 States, and the kids learn all of the 50 states with this little song. Our states are great, da 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 da, and then there's a rap in there, and they go they say all the states in rhythm: Alabama, Alaska. I can't say all of them, but the kids, they just picked it up real quick. I need my sheet so I can learn it. But but the kids actually learn the 50 states. They think they're having fun. But then when I go back and teach it to them, I say, do you realize that you've learned all of the 50 states? And they go back and think about it. Oh my gosh, yes, we learned all the 50 states. And so I'll just have them say it without saying it in rhythm, and it helps them. Just that rhythm part of it in their mind, it helps them remember what the 50 states are. So they will know that for like forever.
Wow.
The 50 states. Yes, and that's another song from Music K through 8 as well. Yeah. And then they
That's
could do a
awesome.
history lesson from the states. They could pick a state, especially if they're homeschool, and say they're
Hmm.
working on Nebraska. I don't know. And they have to learn history of Nebraska. They learn that song, know it's part of the state. They can learn about the state bird, state flower, the history of Nebraska. You can just pull out all kind of lessons from that as well. But the main thing is they know the 50 states of the United States.
And I love how ongoing it is. I mean, just in 5 minutes, you
Hmm.
shared so many potential ways that the music integration can help our children and students learn
Hmm.
and retain data about
Yeah.
anything, you know.
Anything. And it's like if you do arts enhancement, because there's like two different types of arts integration. Arts enhancement helps those kids retain knowledge that the teacher has already taught. So this, like I said, I did a music pizza, and we learned that in their class they learn fractions. They'll come to me, we'll create a music pizza with the fractions that they've already learned. So they're labeling 1/4, 1/2, a quarter, or whatever, and it's combining that lesson. So it's just enhancing what the teacher has already done. So when they get to
Wow.
me, is they're still learning their quarter notes, half notes, eighth notes, but they're learning the fractions as well. It's like a build up on of what the teacher has done. And so you put that together, it's like another part of differentiated instruction where the learning, you're reaching those creative kids, and that learning is being built upon. And it's helping test scores.
And
It
that's
really is.
awesome.
Uh-huh.
So what you just shared with us just now about the pizza and all of that, that's a
Mhm.
more of the arts enhancement of it, is what you're
Yes.
saying?
The actual
Wow.
art. Yes. And they get to draw and cut and, be real creative with their pizza. They create it however they want to, but just don't cover up the notes. Don't cover up the fractions so you can see what's going on. So
Well, parents, grandparents, I hope you are listening because Dr. Smith is giving us some great tips. I know just from being one myself and talking to some of us out there, we have been challenged, especially with some of our babies at home and schooling and virtually and all of that. And what she's sharing with us concerning art enhancement, music enhancement, these are some great tips for us to be able to utilize. I want to also tell you too, please feel free to post any questions into the chat that you may have for Dr. Smith while we're here doing this session, and she'll be able to address the questions that you may have. You can go ahead and post them into the chat of this feed as we are in the session. Okay, I have another question I wanted to ask. Let's see. It was something that I don't have on my little notes, Dr. Smith, but it was something that I remember reading that you had shared and some information about the productivity of being able to use both sides of the brain.
hmm
Can you
yeah.
share a little bit about that?
Yes. Being that I'm a performing visual art person at heart, I really have a passion for the kids that are creative. It disturbs me sometimes because they schools and district, and I understand why they're doing it because of the data and test scores, and they trying to be the best and make sure the kids get all the education that they need, but they're forgetting not everyone is analytical. So if you catch those creative kids, if you let me just say this, if you disregard your creative kids, they're trying to catch up with the analytical kids, because the analytical kids, they could pick up that math, science, social studies. They can pick that up really quick. And all that's that borderline, like I am, analytical and creative, I can pick it up pretty quick. But you have those kids who are actually creative. That's your behavior problem kids. If you would just work with them and use the resources to reach those creative kids, your test scores are going to go up.
Yeah,
Your behavior problem is going to go down. Your atmosphere in the school is going to change.
yeah,
And um and once people see that, like, don't disregard the arts. The arts are important. We teach science, math, social studies, foreign languages, but we teach it in our own way so that the kids can gravitate toward it and retain that knowledge and use that knowledge in their classrooms. Yes, the analytical kids, you know, they might be like, oh, I don't want to do music. I just want to do math all day. But we make it fun so that we can reach the analytical kids as well and our creative kids. But once you put them all together, and you feel that achievement gap, your scores are going to go up. And people, if people understood, or if they had someone to talk to them and show them the data and show them how it works, they would gravitate towards, hey, arts are important, visual arts are important, performing arts are important part of the curriculum, not just for entertainment, but they can help these kids succeed and become well-rounded citizens in society. And so once you have your well-rounded citizens in society, then you have these kids who want to go to the opera. Then they do want to go to the games. Then they want to go to a science lecture because they had fun in school and they was able to retain that knowledge. And they're not turned away from school. Oh, I don't want to go to school anymore after I get my high school diploma. I am done. Because they wasn't reached. They were taught the test. So that's why I'm very strict on, hey, I want to reach this kid, this creative kid, and this analytical kid, and have lessons where I can shape and mold them. So when they graduate, they're like, oh, I remember this. I had this music teacher who did this, da 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 da, and I had a great time in school, and my lessons were fun, and then I was able to retain that knowledge, and then they could use that in college and even in getting their doctorate degree, or however far they want to go, or they can even use it in their field of employment. So that's why I like to reach both sides. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Dr. Smith, what is the best way that any of our viewers can contact you? How would you prefer that they try to reach you if they have any further questions?
If you have any further questions, you can absolutely direct message me. I get those notifications really quick. So if you have any questions, I will respond. Hopefully, if I'm not too busy, within a reasonable time, and I can respond back to you. But that's the quickest way you can get to me, is direct message me.
Awesome. Well, I was looking to see if we had any questions there, and I don't see any there posted, but I am so excited of what we have just been, the information that you have poured out to us today. I look forward, Dr. Smith, to even being able to have you back again. I hope that you'll be able to come back again and visit us again, because we have learned so much. And I just got a feeling that there'll be some more questions that may come about after this session that maybe you'll be able to come back and address so that everyone can also receive the answers to some of those questions that may be posted later.
Okay, that'll be a pleasure.
So thank you once again for being here with us and for sharing the information that you have with us. Thank you so much, our viewers, for just joining us here at Blossoming Word, where we are continuing to learn and to grow, and just to receive good news to help us to learn and grow in a strong and healthy way. I pray that you have a wonderful day today. Thank you again, Dr. Smith, for being with us today. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. I do want to also tell you that we have Dr. Smith's link that will be in the description of this video. When we exit off of this video, you'll be able to see the link of her website in the description of this video. And thank you again for joining us, and have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Dr. Smith.
You're welcome, and thanks for having me.
I want to have you again, too.
Oh, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye.